This episode of Tekzilla is brought to you by GoToAssist.
Hey, we've got Matt from New York who writes in asking, I'm trying to upgrade my digital camera to something that takes fast and beautiful pictures. My kids are getting to the age where they are playing sports, but I don't want a slow shutter and process speed to make me miss immortalizing those memories. I'll get that right.
The moments and memories.
Moments and memories. I'm not afraid to learn, so a beginner's DSLR is a welcome challenge. Thanks for the help and love the show. Signed, Matt in New York.
Ooh.
Yeah. Camera time.
He's definitely on the right track. Digital SLRs are still the best tools to take pictures of fast-moving action or people, of things in low light especially too, which is one of my favorite features. Although there are many star performers in the entry-level DSLR category, tell me what you recommend here.
I picked up a Sony NEX5N not too long ago, and this has got the crazy new upgraded lens on that. Oop, let me get this into view. Actually, I have the upgraded lens on here. The lens package actually costs more than the damn body itself.
Yeah, the problem with the Sonys, though, is that unlike the Nikons and the Canons, the lenses aren't as easy to swap.
Totally.
You can go between bodies and lenses on Canon and Nikon
you have to go with
relatively
adapters
easily.
in most cases if you want to use third-party lenses with this. But the reason I got it, like you mentioned, low light performance and speed. I can turn this thing on and be firing off shots within less than a second. And that was important to me. And the low light performance, so I don't have to always use a flash. And having lots of storage and that ability just makes for taking sports shots, especially if you're not sure when the actual shot's going to be. It makes it important for if you're going to be doing quality image capture.
Yeah, but as we said, you're not just buying into the brand, you're buying into a whole system.
That's true, too.
A whole system of products. Now, if you're just wanting some solid picture-taking performance and don't need things like video, you can get by with an older camera like Canon's T1i or T2i or Nikon's D3100. They lack some of the new features that you'll find in Canon and Nikon's current lineup, but they're inexpensive, usually under $500 with lens if you shop carefully online. I like getting the lens kit with the camera at the same time because
I do too.
Yeah,
Instant
I don't like
gratification.
dealing with all of that stuff. If you want something more up to date, check out Canon's T3i, which runs about $750 with a kit lens. The Canon T4i has just released, but we're waiting to see what the performance is like with its new sensor that it's got in there. On the Nikon side, check out the D5100, which will run you about $650 with a lens. Now, the great thing about Nikon and Canon is that their lens mount systems and hot shoes are supported by a number of third-party companies. This kind of goes into what we were saying earlier. Plus, because of the sheer number of them in use around the world, you can always find good used gear compatible with either system at a very affordable price. You had some action shots that you were taking with your camera.
I'm just basically going to remind you that I'm a firm believer that no matter what camera you own, get out and actually use it and become familiar with it. Now, these are shots with my newest Digicam that I took at the ballpark, and I experimented with continuous shooting mode. Now, right here, these next three sequences, you'll see I fired these off just by holding down the button, and I later went back and said, you know what, that was a pretty sweet capture. So experiment with some of those modes, like high-speed shooting modes or zooming and some of the other manual camera controls. And you can imagine, I really like the continuous mode, also known as burst mode on other cameras. That allowed me just to, because I had so much storage, and I'm able to just sit there and fire off a few and get cool captures like that. And
which game was this at?
That was one of the opening week games at the ballpark.
So it was a while back.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Nice.
But I spent all weekend watching ball games, so I've got a head full of baseball right now.
Yeah, the Giants aren't doing so hot this week, but we won't get into sports talk.
My A's are looking good, though. Go Oakland!
All right, Jay in the Ohio emailed this question. I recently purchased a Sony Bravia 55 LED TV at Best Buy, and because of that, I am now a Best Buy Silver Rewards member. Dun, dun, dun. I noticed that as a Silver Rewards member, I can get a free TV calibration house call from the Geek Squad.
Awesome.
Do you think this will be a good thing, or should I attempt to do it myself? Is there any harm in having them do it? Jay in Ohio.
Well,
what do you think?
Professional display calibration involves basically a trained individual utilizing $1,000 worth of equipment and software to bring your TV's picture as close to spec as possible. Now, unless you have the gear and the know-how, this really isn't do-it-yourself work. For most of us, that movie or cinema picture preset's a great place to start. The picture won't pop as much as it does with that standard or vivid mode, but in a dark room, it should look pretty darn good. Now, actually, with Sony, they do a really good job with their cinema picture preset. If you enable that and you disable overscan, and you will end up with a picture that looks pretty darn good right out of the box. Now, take a look at the Best Buy webpage, though, for their Geek Squad calibration services. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that they offer a pretty good setup, a little bit further product features. That gives you an idea of what they'll be doing and won't be doing. And can they really harm your TV with this setup? Not really. If it's a person who doesn't know what they're doing and they haven't been trained properly, they could produce a picture that's less than optimal. But there really isn't no reason, and also they shouldn't be mucking about in any hidden service menus or anything. So ask that calibrator when they show up where they got their training from. If they have a THX or ISF, Imaging Science Foundation certificate, I'd respect that. I'd let them tweak my TV up just fine. And it's free service you have, so you might actually get something out of it by having somebody come over, check out your setup, make sure it's connected right, and then go over everything with you and make sure that it's working and you understand how it's working. So you get the most out of it.
You can just email Robert and throw lots of money at him, and he may come to your house and do it for you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is that side business?
I have the means.
I'm just saying.
Get me there and I'll help you out.
And hey, do you have a burning tech question for us? Whether it's actually about burning tech or just a very urgent question, send it in. Tekzilla@revision3.com is the email address, or you can post it on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Tekzilla. We want those posts.
We do.
We're looking for those posts, we promise you.
Always. And of course, we're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TechHD. That's TEKHD. And we're on Twitter. Do follow us at Tekzilla, at Robert Heron, at Patrick Norton, at Veronica. And thank you so much for watching.
I'm Veronica Belmont.
Hey, and I'm Robert Heron.
We'll see you next time. Working in IT can be a complicated job. You need to juggle various systems so they stay up and running while keeping all of those users supported. And to make things worse, the tools you have can be just as ornery as the problems you're trying to fix. That's why we recommend GoToAssist by Citrix. GoToAssist gives you the power to take control of your IT world from one simple cloud-based platform. GoToAssist is totally easy to use, sets up in just minutes, and it's from Citrix, a trusted leader in IT. Imagine saying goodbye to running between floors or driving across town to address IT problems. Or of course, getting a full suite of monitoring tools that lets you keep tabs on network, servers, and desktops. Well, you don't have to. With GoToAssist's world-class remote support module, you can provide live or unattended support to all of your users from anywhere. And with GoToAssist monitoring, you can get customizable dashboards displaying performance of all network, servers, and desktops. You also get proactive alerting that allows you to fix small issues before they become big problems. Still not convinced? Want a free trial offer? Well, here it is. Sign up for your special 30-day free trial today by visiting GoToAssist.com. Click on the Try It Free button and use the promo code Tekzilla. Seriously, skip the bottles of aspirin and solve your IT support nightmares with GoToAssist from Citrix. That's GoToAssist.com, promo code Tekzilla.